joining us right now to discuss this, and it's not just an American problem, is Piers Morgan, host of Piers Morgan Uncensored on Fox Nation. Piers, we were talking about this a little in the break and on the 5. This is getting worse, and it's not just an American problem. Did we start it?
I would say yes, but I would also say that in Britain we've got the same problem of the woke left trying to dominate an agenda, which means that their rights for a tiny minority of people are now supplanting the rights of the vast majority. And I want to ask, when I hear that poor mother there talking in the way that she did, I want to ask, where are the rights of girls and women in all this debate? Why are women being erased? Why is the word woman now an offensive term? When did we allow biological males to dominate women's sport and wreck it irrevocably, potentially? When did we allow young girls to be in some kind of locker room and have biological males walking in and derobing in front of them? When did we let this happen? And how can this be happening just after the Me Too Time's Up campaign, which went on for years and was supposed to be all about protecting women? Who is now protecting women? And I address this as much to other women as I do to you or to men. We can say as much as we like about this, but so many women have been cowed into silence. They're too afraid to do what that mother did, because if they do put their head over the parapet, they get shot down and called transphobic.
Which is nuts. You think it's 1919 or we're living with the Taliban in charge, but it's not. So the administration is not just jumping on the transgender side. They are staying, I don't know, straddling the fence. Listen to what KJP said, talking about this thing, or really not talking about it. Listen.
The Department of Education proposed a rule, as you know, that gives schools the flexibility to establish their own athletics policies. And so while establishing guardrails, right, to prevent discrimination against transgender kids. And that is something that is incredibly important, that the president wants to make sure that we also do that as well.
They can't figure it out. They want the school districts to figure it out. Well, they don't know what's good.
Well, she also went on to say that the issue of trans athletes in women's sport is very complicated and there's no easy solution. No, it's not complicated,
not
and there's a very easy solution. You ban them. Canada today, in cricket, I know your favourite sport, but the Canadian national cricket team has picked their first transgender cricketer. This is a cricketer who, as a male, until 2 years ago, was incredibly unsuccessful, never got anywhere near international competition, will now be representing Canada. What does that mean, Brian? That means that a biological female has been deprived of the chance of playing for her country because a biological male who was nowhere near good enough as a man to compete at that level is now considered an elite sportswoman. It is completely outrageous.